Okay, let's get into Vanillamace talking about Hasan DogGate, Kaya-gate, if you will. That is what people are calling it. That is how unserious the internet is. So Vanilla, who I don't think we've ever talked about on my YouTube channel, but I really, really, really like Vanilla. Where did Vanilla come from? It seems that Vanilla just like popped out of like social media destiny, and destiny's not the right word to use there, because whenever I hear Destiny, I think of Destiny. But like gold in YouTube and Twitch, and I really, really, really like Vanilla. But anyways, Vanilla is now speaking up about what happened with Hasan and his dog Kaya. And first and foremost, I just want to say that we made an entire video where we went through Hasan's video. And if there's one thing that I'm really dead set on over here, is that there are so many people online that are feeling so comfortable with spreading false info and literally just complete defamation and lies about people like Hasan, that I'm not tolerating it over here on my channel, because I think it's incredibly inappropriate, the lengths that people will run to just because they don't like someone. So again, if you have no idea what's going on, but you've seen the clips of Hasan, either go watch his video if you care, but a lot of people don't even care to like hear people out, or we covered it over here. But long story short, there was a clip that went viral, like a clipped clip of Hasan on stream, and his dog Kaya was in the back, and when Kaya's like moving around in the bed, Kaya goes over on her paw and yelps, and at the same time Hasan was reaching for his Zin container, and people immediately jumped to that Hasan had like a button, the same way like Ethan has a button, and like zapped his dog Kaya in front of his audience, which is absolutely fucking crazy. And so that is obviously has been disproven multiple times now. Even people like Ethan Klein, who were running defense in terms of like coming at Hasan's an animal abuser, like blah, 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 blah. He even bought the collar and put it on and was like, oh yeah, this isn't even that bad, because Hasan showed that the collar that he actually had was a vibrating collar for whenever Kaya is free roaming out, you know, like on like hikes and stuff like that, that if he can't call Kaya or the trainer can't call Kaya, it's a way of communicating, which is very, very, very common within bigger dogs that free roam and stuff like that. Anyways, but of course, the Hasan hate mob ran with their narratives that they often do, and they were all running with Hasan is a animal abuser, which is fucking insane. And it seemed that the only people that were being a little bit rational about it were people that were like in Hasan's life, and a lot of people were actually shocked as to why I wasn't doubling down on Hasan being an animal abuser, because I have no connections to Hasan. And I think this is what people are coming to the conclusion of, which is I do not know Hasan doesn't know me. I do not watch Hasan's Twitch streams. I literally just see clips of him and then we'll look into things then. However, my take on Hasan is that I see that there is an entire hate mob on the internet of people like Ethan, of people like all these Twitter accounts as well, that literally rely on any moment that they can try to catch out Hasan. And one thing that really frustrated me about this situation in particular was that they were all running to call Hasan an animal abuser, but it seemed that it actually came from a place of them trying to finally feel that they got a gotcha moment to take him down, rather than actually caring about any animals. And I mean, this is very apparent with Ethan Klein in general, because him and Ela will actively post photos of their dogs where they have prong collars on, and Ethan Klein is, you know, admitting online that he would actively sprinkle cheese in his dog Shredder's food, and then ultimately Shredder died of kidney problems and small dogs with the sodium, and he was actively feeding his dog too much cheese. So obviously Ethan Klein doesn't really care about any of this anyways, because he actively admitted that he was feeding his dog too much cheese and then his dog died. But anyways, not that any of that matters. They don't give a shit about it, and it's really unfortunate, because one thing people actually do care about is the well-being of animals, and when you're trying to insinuate that someone's an animal abuser based on condensed, edited clips, I think if anything, it says more about your lack of care for animals and your actual lack of anything, and just a viral moment or a hate moment, and it's really just fucking gross. It's really gross. It's gross as fuck. It's gross. It really is. So anyways, let's get to Vanilla, who is speaking out about DogGate. People love a gate, don't they? They really do. They really do.
Of Kaya, Hasan's dog. She's sitting in her dog bed, and Hasan's like ranting about something, and then Kaya gets up and he's like, Kaya, like lay down, like lay back down. And then Kaya yelps, and then he's like, Kaya, like what, and then like whatever, Kaya lays back down. And then and then all the fucking Hasan, like people that want Hasan fucking dead were like, he used a shock collar and he's abusing his fucking dog. And then everyone's just like doing all this. Everyone is literally, and it's not even the fact, it's just like the fact that people are going through these, I'm seeing these insane lengths about, like the lengths that people are going to see. They're like editing his picture and turning up the fucking contrast where he showed the collar.
And also people like Ela Klein were literally sharing edit comic versions, like drawing doodles, if you will, of Hasan abusing Kaya. See, that's what it is to these people. These people are, and of course, Ela Klein, you know, with her history, we wouldn't put it past her reposting stuff like that. But anyways, we'll not get into that. That's for another fucking topic. But anyways, I just think that people like that resharing like edits of like Hasan like torturing animals or like shocking Kaya, and it's all LOLs to them, says so much about these people and just shows how much of fucking hypocrites they are and how disgusting they are, that they almost are trying, like they actively want to prove that Hasan is an animal abuser, even though they know that everything they've now said has been disproven, from the collar to anything, to Ethan literally buying the collar and being like, oh, this isn't bad at all. They literally, like, they want Hasan to be abusing Kaya so that then they can take him down for it. Is that not weird as fuck to anyone else? When do we get to the point where Ela Klein is considered reliable? Oh, trust. I don't consider her reliable in the slightest.
To be like, no, look, he put tape over it to fucking... I'm like, hey, why? Like, why do you... And it just... It blows my mind when people care so much about something like that, when there's so many worse, more ridiculous fucking things. I'm like, what the fuck? Like... It's so stupid. Also, too, as somebody who's met fucking Kaya, because all these people on the internet, I'm like, I've fucking met that damn dog. That dog is like the sweetest fucking dog ever, and she's like the happiest girl in the fucking world. And the same people that are probably like, Hasan's abusing his dog. Bitch, your fucking dog is in your fucking stuffy ass 78-degree apartment all day long while you're at work for fucking 10 hours a day, and you don't keep the fucking AC on, and your dog is pissing and shitting all over the fucking floor, and it smells like hamster fucking hospital in there.
Clocked.
Okay.
Dog shit all over the floor. That sound familiar? Anyone? That sound familiar, anyone? Fucking glass houses.
So I don't want to hear it. And then people... I'm like, girl, that dog lived better than me, okay? Let me tell you something. That fucking dog lived better than me, okay? Like, that dog is living lavish. Like, y'all wish you lived Kaya's life. Like, it's that dog is spoiled like a fucking...
Also, this tweet I really loved because it shows just how these, like, dumb people are. Someone said, she's been around for about 3 months and met the dog, like, once. How is she gonna know how he treats his dog behind the closed doors? And the person responds, I mean, probably better than a bunch of random hysterical dumbasses on Twitter. Before we get back to the clip and finish it, that's my favorite thing. Someone literally is responding to this tweet of someone who has met Kaya, met Hasan, and is saying, well, who is she to say that Kaya is being treated well? And then the person responds and goes, probably better than a bunch of dumbass people on Twitter who have no idea what they're talking about. Like, that is exactly, this kind of interaction really sums it all up to me. She's been around her about 3 months and met him like once. How does she know how he treats his dog behind closed doors? I mean, probably better than a bunch of random hysterical dumbasses on Twitter. Like, that's just so true. Like, these people are dumb as shit.
Motherfucker. Oh my god. But yeah. She's such a well-behaved dog, and people will be like, well, that's what happens when you do shock therapy. Like, it's not. She's literally like the sweetest dog ever. She just listens to whatever he says. Like when we were recording the Fearan podcast, Kaya was just like fucking walking around, and then she would come in the room and like lay on your feet and then go do her thing. Like she's not like, yeah, I don't know. Why does he force her to lay down for hours though? He doesn't force her to lay down. She has. It's like the same thing where a lot of people go to, like, when people go to work and they put their dog in a crate. It's the same thing in the sense where, like, he has the place command, and when he's streaming, she lays there for, like, a majority of the time. And she also has joint problems, and he said that he doesn't want her to lay on the floor, and because the bed is, like, better for her joints.
That was my favorite thing as well. I'm glad Vanilla's speaking up. That was my favorite thing about it, where people were like, why is Kaya like lying in the bed and blah, 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 whatever like that. And Hasan literally responded and was like, he literally responded and was like, oh, well, she actually has like joint problems. So she has this bed for a specific reason. And then the people were like, but honestly, like it's like these people, nothing is enough. And I saw someone had posted something that was really great and really summed it all up, which is like these people will forever move the goalpost when it comes to people like Hasan. They will forever move the goalpost, right? They say Hasan is forcing the dog to lie in the bed. And then Hasan says, well, the dog's lying in the bed because it's good for the joints. And then they're like, well, you know what I mean? Forever moving it, which is just like impossible. And I really do feel bad for someone like Hasan that has to deal with just this insane fucking hate mob who are actively, like, these people are so fucking deranged that they actively are hoping that he is abusing his animals so that they can use it as a gotcha moment, right? People like, what's his name? The blonde one, Q something, what's his name? Him, he was like, I will donate X amount of money to animal shelter, something like that, if it's XQC. He was like, I will donate X amount of money to an animal shelter if Hasan proves it's not a shock collar. Hasan proves it's not a shock collar, and XQC still didn't donate and moved the goalpost again. And it's like, if you actually cared about animals, you wouldn't need a gotcha moment from Hasan to give away the money that you can already afford to give away to an animal shelter. These people are hypocrites. These people are they're hypocrites. They're delusional, and they are obsessive with Hasan. And again, don't you dare. People were coming into my videos being like, another Hasan dick rider. Don't you dare. I've talked about Hasan about the amount of times I can count on that hand. I don't give a fuck about Hasan either. But the amount of hate that he deals with these psycho, crazy, obsessed people, oof. Saw a tweet that said XQC just wanted to gamble. No, literally. Right, we'll leave it there. But I'm glad that Vanilla was speaking up, and I really like Vanilla.